was an agent, a man 40 years old. He said, I told the inspector a few minutes ago, when I heard about the killing of those 3 civil rights workers, if they are killed, and it isn't some kind of a ruse, I told him a thrill of joy went up my spine. Now, there were that kind of people in the FBI. Not very many, you see, but enough to, in my judgment, make it very plausible that somebody in the FBI could have leaked information and could have assisted in an assassination plot against Dr. King. I don't mean to say that I know that they did. I'm just saying that it should be investigated.
And we definitely do give thanks to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. We do welcome you into the Tiger's Nest, the Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. We were just listening live. I mean, live and direct. That's not a clip I was running for you. We were in tune to Radio Anu International, which is the official radio station for the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. And before I go any further, let me just make it clear. In the description below this video, you have the link to the new website, which is the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. I mean, if it's too long, don't worry. The link is below. Just go down, scroll, you see in the description, that is where you see the video is explained. You see all the links. You see the link specifically for this website, and I'll also give you the direct link for Radio Anu, which is on the very same website. You just come across here, you click Radio Anu, and there you are, and you get all the good information. This is the platform now that we have established. For those of you who did not see our previous program, that is the program where we explain exactly why we are banned, or we were banned from the YouTube for those couple of days, going into 2 strongs, really 2 weeks, I would call that one there. But for sure, we have established the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge website, where there's so many things that you will be able to come and browse through and partake of. Our live lectures, our webinars, our international homeschooling program, and of course, we are also bringing forward 2 brand new courses in the field of archaeoastronomy, as well as theology in the realms of Rastafari. This is no joke. Plus Radio Anu International. So at the moment, remember, everything is still evolving, or what people refer to as in its construction stage. But we thought that it was constructed enough that we could bring it to the public area, because hey man, you can't just be telling me every month, okay, we're gonna ban you for a week and ban you for 2 weeks. Once they ban us for 3 months, and they're threatening you that we could take down your whole channel and everything will be lost. Nobody can find it. What's wrong with these people here? So anyway, for sure, give thanks, the revolution is on. And this is why also we put forward to any one of you who know and understand the whole concept of freedom to speak, and any one of you who comprehend and understand, you know, the whole science of a real revolution, because this is what it is. I mean, the YouTube is a platform. We utilize the platform. Give thanks. You don't pay nothing to utilize the platform, at least. You don't pay nothing from your pocket, but I mean, man, there's nothing really is free, eh? But that's the next level altogether, you know. So if you violate what they have as their protocols, they have the right to tell you, well, okay, step aside. All right, fair enough. So the whole internet world, we don't own the World Wide Web, but for sure, we can create a slot on the World Wide Web that we can call our official platform. So to do that, you create your website, which we have the website now. It is up, but yet still there's much work to be done on it, eh? And just to keep it here, that's a fact, as well as Radio Anu International. This is a 24 hour a day radio station. You can click in right right now and hear the rest of what you were listening to there a moment ago. Well, maybe not, depending on when you're going to listen to this video, but there's always something fresh and new there for you at Radio Anu. We are putting all the programming in order. A lot of the shock of the hour that you definitely cannot hear on YouTube, you definitely will hear it there on the Radio Anu International. Of course, that is within the realms of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge, you know. And interestingly, the subject that we're going to touch upon here is somewhat similar to this, and you will see why. You know, and let me repeat once again, the link is in the description below. Plus, you also have the link for the PayPal and the CashApp. As I said, for those of you who comprehend the importance of freedom to speak and the whole concept of revolution, you definitely have the opportunity to contribute to this specific venture here. I would like to give thanks to Honorable Prophet Sheldon in Trinidad. Give thanks, Honorable Prophet Sheldon. Give thanks for such warrior. Honorable Prophet Jadaniel, you know, give thanks, Honorable, for all official, you know, movements and ambassador visitation, and also glorify, give thanks to Brother David Kinoes, and Brother Mike Doang, and give thanks to the whole House of Family, you know, all those who have already put forward their hand to assist us in the continuous building of this project here that you see right in front of you, right? This ain't no talk thing and we're talking here. You see it right in front of you. It didn't take us no time to get on it, because I mean, it's just it's like an insult now. It's getting disgusting, man. Every little thing you say that you don't like it, oh, we're gonna ban you for a few weeks here, there, and all over. So no, it's all right. So it's up to you now. You know, all you really have to do is visit us at Radio Anu. Make Radio Anu your home. Make Radio Anu your hub. You know, just come in and sit with us on Radio Anu. There's always some information there for you. Even now in its building stage, it's even now, right now, trust me, it's in its building stage. We're putting the programming together and everything, but right now you have a top class international education, edification, and entertainment station where you get full edutainment that you can come and sit in and feel comfortable right now. So I advise that you tune in now, at least after this video. Just go straight to the link, Radio Anu, and sup in and sit in and see what's going on. We're preparing the rest of the website, which you can still browse through it and see exactly what's going on. But for sure, in very short order, all things will be made available to you. Now, and again, for the contribution, all those links are below in the video. Now, this video here, now, why I say it's somewhat similar, you know, this video here is, what's the name of this site? Let me get this site up. So this is eastafricatube.com. Now, this is the video that some of you, at least those of you who are members of the Shock of the Hour team, this is a video you would have heard me speak about that you cannot find on YouTube. It was on YouTube, but it's hard. If it's still there, it's extremely hard to find. I know a few people who put it up and they took it down. Now, this is a video of the Honorable Amin Dada, a documentary, I think it's called Portrait or something. And we used to have the copy of this. I don't have it anymore, but we used to have the DVD copy of this like years ago, 15 years ago. And on the DVD aspect of it, there's a second part, well, not a part, but I guess a summary, where the narrator of this documentary, or the producer, the man that is right there interviewing Idi Amin, he's saying now, and in this second part, or the summary, he's now an older man. This documentary was like in 1975, and the summary that he was doing would have been like maybe in the 1990s. And he was explaining, this is what he said, eh? He said that he was sent there to do a propaganda documentary. He clearly said that. He clearly said that. Any one of you who have this original, you know what I'm talking about. And he said, like, he was surprised to see how this man was so, you know, in tune with his people and so loving, and he took time to converse with the people that came up to him, and he always was jolly, but yet extremely serious. You could obviously see there was no joke around him, and these different things. And even when you watch this documentary now, it's an hour and 30 minutes. You know, you get the impression that this is a very loving leader. This is the impression you get. This is a very loving leader, a very caring leader. He even loves the animals. He loves the children, you know, but he's serious. You don't get no vibes as if he's no soft cat. He clearly tell you, any spy, we don't have no time to waste. It's firing squad. And anyone of you in here that think it, you know, derailing my government, trust me, we're gonna deal with you. Yeah, you make it clear. He's not nothing to hide, as if, well, no, you know, you haven't killed plenty people. What are you talking about? So who done kill plenty people? How much people Uncle Joe done kill already since he did? You know, and he killing people a long time. Now I telling you the truth, I ain't lying. Is them kill the people, them is the leader. When you hear a man kill people, it's not the man himself going from you, the leader. And you say, go and attack. Is you kill the people. That is how it is seen. You know, so leaders, all leaders kill. You know, anybody that have a tank and a plane and a bomb, trust me, they kill somebody. You know, guns, whatever they kill, that's what it is. You know, so when you have an enemy coming on you, that definitely coming to kill you. What do you think going on? When a man took over the country, Tanzania invaded and the Rere and Obote. So what he's supposed to do? Say, well, boy, we can't do nothing because we can't, you know, yeah. So anyway, but the point is, many people, listen to me good. Many people would hear me speaking now and clearly say, well, you know, you just make an excuse for him. Them is wicked this and wicked that. This is what you would hear for sure. People don't say that. All right. But I'm going to tell you again, listen to me good. You watch this documentary, whether you think he's acting or not, you watch this documentary, you do not get the impression of this killer or this maniac that the world portrays. That's for sure. Whether you live in Uganda, whether you used to wash his car and you know him personally, hey, listen, because people use that as an excuse, you know, oh, you don't know, I'm from Africa. And I know you're from Uganda. No, I'm not from Uganda, but I'm from Africa. You know what I mean? But then there are people in Uganda telling man, Idi Amin is God. What are you talking about? So the point is, you can't just use that on me and say, well, I visited there in the 90s and no, that's not good enough. Understand? Because from both sides, you get the different stories. But I'm telling you that if you watch this documentary, this is the point. If you observe it, you get the impression. Again, I'm going to repeat, whether it's acting or not, you get the impression that this man is a loving man, is a caring man, take care of his people. He loves his people. He don't play around. He don't joke around. All right. If you have this documentary, I want you to try to put it up on YouTube. In fact, maybe I should tell you that because they might strike you and then your channel come down. Yeah, for putting up this evil documentary here. But you could go to the site I just gave you and watch it if you have not seen it. Beautiful documentary. Although he tries to put in a little propaganda in between. Beautiful documentary. All right. Now, what I want to do, and I know, yes, sometimes I extend what I'm saying to make a point, but trust me, the point has been missing for at least 400 years. So if we take an extra 4 minutes to make the point, it's all right. Now we're going to show you exactly why they hate the black tiger in flesh, Idi Amin, at least one of the reasons.
we stay together. But I must make absolutely truth. The reason why I chased them from Uganda was because of the economy of Uganda. Uganda was going to be bankrupt. That is the reason why I chased away the Israelis.
And you said you were friends with Golda Meir.
Yes, because she used to give me very good entertainment when I go to Israel.
Then you changed completely from an Israeli alliance to the Arab alliance.
I changed from Israeli alliance because Israeli are criminals and that they are not trusted people. They don't tell the world the truth. They were taken to Palestine as refugees, and then they changed Palestine to become a state of Israel by force of arms given to them by Americans and the British.
But is it true that you said Hitler didn't kill enough Jews during the war?
Why do you ask me about Hitler? The Hitler's problem is now past tense. Now we are looking forward for the future generations and the future plan. We are no longer going back to Hitler's. You see, the war of Hitler, it was a different war than the war today. If I am to prepare the war against Israel completely, no, I don't want very many Army, Air Force, and the Navy, just very few, and strike inside Israel and move people from the whole border towards Israel. I think the situation will be very difficult and very different.
To strike from inside with paratrooper or?
With the paratrooper, with everything completely. Yes, because you got to get there by paratrooper and also bombing by airplanes and having few squadron of suicide, these who are determined to be suicide, and I think that is already in progress, and they are practicing. The suicide squadrons are already in practice, in progress.
I mean, it's obvious. It's all war tactics.
I think very many delegation meeting me now prepared.
And that gives you the whole science of the Olmec. Remember, the Olmec is the god of war. The Shaite Kotli, the Hurakan is the god of war. And it's obvious we don't know. Nobody on earth can run around the whole aspect of Idi Amin, Marcus Garvey being the Olmec figure. And I must say, it's years we're pushing that. Years, and I see a few people picking it up now, and we give thanks to that. It's the Olmec and the storyline that goes with it that we express in the Night of the Black Tiger, which is still available for those of you who desire a copy of the Night of the Black Tiger. You could still email us precisec27@gmail.com, and we send you that free copy of the Night of the Black Tiger, the Divinity of Marcus Garvey. Definitely go into the realms of such. So yeah. Idi Amin Dada clearly showing you that, and he's not saying it as if he's too angry, just smiling and with you. Yeah, Israelis are criminals. Yes, check it. And they took away Palestine. Here we say they take Palestine and just turn it upside down and call it the state of Israel. You understand? Which is obviously very, very much connected to the biblical land of Israel, the biblical land of Israel, which is the book that we have penned, directly speaking of Africa plus Arabia being the land of Israel according to the biblical description. For sure, we have an area that directly speaks, obviously, to the modern day so-called state of Israel in comparison to what the Bible is talking about, and the modern day stuff falls extremely, extremely far away from what the truth is. But, in connection to what he's saying, so when you heard him speak about the reason why he expelled the Israelis, after taking power in the early 70s, what happened? The great general expelled the Indians and the Israelis from Uganda. This is a real thing. This ain't no jokey vibes. I mean, the Israelis, we say, you know. Remember now, the Jewish world, these are the people that control everything. That is why you can't say any old thing on YouTube, and you can't say any old thing here and there. I think we know for a fact that it is that nation of people as such that is quite in charge of many of the aspects of media, even that which is social. So that is why, you know, the whole aspect of defamation of character, and so it's very easy for these people to do once you're not with them. And that is why you have so much hatred now that was spewed out towards the great general. Time magazine, Life magazine, New York, the New York, what's the other one named, the Wall Street Journal, not the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post. All of these magazines portrayed Idi Amin Dada as some butcher, the butcher of Uganda, and had people head in the fridge and all kind of maniac madness, because obviously, you know, he totally was not pulling the strings as most leaders do. That's all it is, you know. From you not pulling the strings, you become a Robert Mugabe. From you not saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, and yes, ma'am, and Idi Amin for sure wasn't saying none of that. He wasn't just tolerating and getting along and trying to stand up, you know. He was taking over, leave the country. And many people will talk all kind of madness and try to get geopolitical now. So, well, that destabilized the country, you know, and this and that. That's a heap of lie too. Even in this video, he made that plain. It was an economic war. And he clearly showed you we're not bankrupt here in Uganda. We are very rich. You know, England was going through some sort of depression to a degree, and Idi Amin was raising money for England right in this video. But we don't have the time. Well, we have the time, but we're not going to go through all of that. Really, what I want to show you, this is from one of my videos, actually. One of the videos we did. How long ago we did this? It's about 4 years ago. You see radioand.com. Listen now. So make sure you tune in. But this is not the link no more. That ain't the link. The link is Priest Isaac's Institute. Yes, .com. But hey, it's all right. You don't have to remember all of that. What do you have to do? Just go to the description below and you see the link for the website. Browse through the website. Check what the website is saying for sure. And right on the website, you press the link that goes straight to the radio station itself. And we'll still give you the link that will carry you straight to the radio station. And make sure you make Radio Anu your hub. Make sure you make it your place to listen to. You put it on when you're doing what you got to do around the home. You put it on even when you're driving, going through. You could pick it up on all your little cellular smartphones, whatever the case is. It's right there. Nothing hard to get, you know, and carry it through the evening with you. There's always something inspirational and uplifting to listen to. All right, let's just listen to this short documentary here. Another propaganda documentary, but it has some good little nuggets in it. So I took it and put it on my program here. And this program was entitled The Real Truth About Idi Amin Dada, Stop the Lies Now. Okay, Honorable Priest Isaac documentary.
Uganda, the company's profits have soared. Amin chalks it up as a significant victory in what he calls the economic war, which he began with the expulsion of the Asians.
So the economic war, which he began with the expulsion of the Asians. All right, now listen to this.
In Kampala, tall modern buildings and a boom in the construction industry are signs that the Ugandan economy is far from collapse. But the buildings are financed by international aid, much of it from Arab countries, and the external appearance of the city hides some serious economic problems in day-to-day life.
No, you heard all what he said there. Okay, listen to this.
Despite some press reports to the contrary, this is not a city or a country that's falling apart at the seams economically.
I want to take this piece by piece. In fact,
Despite some press reports to the contrary, this is not a city or a country that's falling apart at the seams economically.
Despite some press reports, this is not a country that is falling apart by its seams economically, you know, like your clothes falling apart by the seam where it's sewed together. Despite some press reports internationally, this is not a country. He right there, despite. That means people saying all sorts of things all over the world. From what I'm seeing here, that's not true.
Appearance of the city hides some serious economic problems in day-to-day life.
And that's how you know it's a propaganda video, as I said, you know. It definitely is, you know. But even though he's saying that little piece, he still comes back and say this. Listen good.
Despite some press reports to the contrary, this is not a city or a country that's falling apart at the seams economically. In the streets of Kampala, the cars are modern and kept in reasonably good condition. And the shops too, once the economic stronghold of the Asians, seem to be reasonably well stocked and well run.
Hold on. No, that's a very serious thing, because when I was little, all I tell you, my people in Uganda starving, you know, from your African leader, your people starving. That's just all them African people starving. That's all that's going on. Nothing going on in Africa but starving. Haile Selassie, all of them people starving. Idi Amin, starving. Robert Mugabe, oh my, nothing on the shelf. Starving. So what he's saying here, number one, he says the cars are modern, you know. Modern cars. New and modern. Not what they call them today, reconditioned. Modern cars. Streets clean. The shops that used to belong to the Asians are well stocked.
It's not a city or a country that's falling apart at the seams economically. In the streets of Kampala, the cars are modern and kept in reasonably good condition. And the shops too, once the economic stronghold of the Asians, seem to be reasonably well stocked and well run. Of course, that's not to deny that there are serious shortages here from time to time. Salt and sugar can be enormously hard to get. And
No, hear that, no, there's some serious shortage here at times. What are these serious shortages? Salt and sugar. Here we did salt and sugar. Now, that may be a little low blow on the propaganda part, to be honest. I actually believe that. But let's just suppose that's exactly the case. Salt and sugar kill people, Rasta. So what are we talking about? As he said, you know, the stores are well stocked. You look at the video with Idi Amin, you see how the market, Idi Amin Dada in the parliament, not the parliament, the cabinet reasoning, telling the fellas them, hey man, the woman them must be up early and in the shops and the market early down in the kitchen and you know, food galore. You know, Uganda produce a lot of food. Uganda is a bread basket, food, salt and sugar. We have plenty sugar cane. We have plenty sugar cane. We talking about salt and sugar. And here it is now.
we've found it very hard to get a beer in our hotel from time to time.
He find it very hard to get a bottle of beer in his hotel. Yeah, after the bottle, I know you don't want to walk in this hotel and eat a beer. Yeah. So Uganda is a country with modern cars and they're well kept too, and the streets are clean, and the stores that the Asians used to own, that the Africans own now, they are well stocked, but we have some serious problems here, Fred. What's wrong? There's no salt to give the people that, what's all this? High blood pressure. Yeah. To give the people high blood pressure. There's no sugar. To give them more diabetes, we got to do something called Ronald Reagan, you know, something, you know. Those are the things there. No rum to get them drunk. He had a hard time. He said, even finding a beer, you know. So here we go again.
But there's no poverty here. You won't see any beggars in the streets. And despite the fact that I may get impatient that only 1 out of the 3 lifts in our hotel has worked during the week we've been here.
Before we get to the hotel, man, that was the key point here.
And we've found it very hard to get a beer in our hotel from time to time. But there's no poverty here. You won't see any...
There's no poverty here. Man, what the joke is that? You vex with me, eh? Yeah, go ahead. Make your comments. Yeah, make your comments. Yeah. There's no poverty here. We need to stop the followers, eh? I hail Idi Amin. Nobody can tell me nothing. I hail Idi. I'm not waiting for the world of black people to catch up in them. Leaders we are. Hail the Grandmaster Idi Amin, terrible general. You're mad. Marcus in flesh again. The same Olmec. We don't unravel it, you know, so we can't bow to nobody and, oh, well, if you say so. If you say what? We done uncrack the code. Elijah and Elisha. Straight up. I have to say it. I have to say it. There's enough licks I get for them things. Oh, make up them things. Well, like glad now I look back at that and say, yeah, glad man, let's say make it up. So I hope time to come when it's unraveling and the whole world seeing it. Once can recall, yeah, I don't make up nothing. What make up? Man has been blessed by the Almighty God, you know what I mean, to unearth the hidden codes. That's really what it is, straight up. Marcus Garvey, the Olmec, and Idi Amin, the same, you know, but under all the grime of the propaganda and all the lies and all the Time magazine and this magazine and even us as black people, our Jet and our BT, all of us still spewing lies. You go on the same YouTube now, and you know, Idi Amin documentary, you surely wouldn't find the one I showed before. In fact, you hardly find this anymore. This one here, maybe they take this down too, just because of this little clip. And this is just a little clip, because the rest of it is, well, not lies as such, you know, but there's a little bit of in and out of the untruth, really. But what I'm saying, they have scores of documentaries on Idi Amin. The worst things you could hear, they don't take none of these things down. But if you put the one that we had up just a moment ago up, oh my, they don't want that up. Why? Because it's a war. It's a war. It's a war. This is their house. Ain't no freedom to speak here. I have some programs on radio and right now, we put up the Homer agenda. That's a shock of the hour we did. I could nearly put that on YouTube. No, man. That'll be the end of that for sure. Yeah, you need to tune into radio and hear that, the Homer agenda. You couldn't put that up around, yeah? Trust me, remember I explained to you prior how many times we have been banned for so long and this long, and at the moment now videos have been taken down. Almost every week we get a mail, sorry, that we had to ban this video here because of this content here, and there's no strike, but it's a warning here. That is exactly what is taking place at the moment. So there's war going on inside the space. It's a propaganda war. It's real. That's a battlefield that I know I am on. That is why we established the Priest Isaac's Institute. Hey, let me get this fella off the screen, man. Let me listen.
Salt and sugar can be enormously hard to get, and we've found it very hard to get a beer in our hotel from time to time.
Hear this now.
But there's no poverty here. You won't see any beggars in the streets.
Okay, that's it. There's no poverty here. You won't see no beggars in the street. You understand? There's no poverty here. You won't see no beggars in the street. That's better. Can't be looking at his face too. But still, he made it clear. International reporter. Brand new cars, well kept. stores filled. There's no poverty here. What are you talking about? There's no poverty here. Wait, this is New York? This must be New York. This must be Washington, D.C., heaven, Jerusalem. Nah, Kampala. There's nobody begging you in the streets. So where did all the lies come from and why? Why? Why?
For this, and they come to conclusion, it is true, you will find it here. And this will change the time of battle. And we can command from here, not from the battlefield, but through communication.
And will there be Ugandans in those battalions?
I don't know, but any volunteer, even France, French volunteer, they are welcome also. But I welcome any volunteer all over the world. Even Japanese, even Vietnamese are there in these squadrons. But they are now in training. They are undergoing training now, 3 months. The pilot.
That is parachute training. So basically, you know, family, this is obviously the general. And this is the Olmec always has on his helmet. This is like a war games here. Training, and the target is Israel. Right here, what he's doing here, they're going to attack Golden Heights. So obviously the whole mindset, you know, that's why you have to continue to study your history. Yeah. But anyway, family, as I said, the hub right now is the international platform radio, and the international radio. Make sure you click into the priestIsaacinstitute.com. Here it is, priestIsaacinstitute.com. And of course, you could visit from the homepage, and you could check out the academy and our different events that will be coming up. All of these things are still to come as we continue to construct and bring it to another level. And again, for those of you who understand the revolution, as you can see what's going on, once you stand up for righteousness, or you don't bow, you know, they're gonna always try to put you aside or try to defame you or do all sorts of things to make sure, if they don't defame you in the eyes of the public or your own people, they just come for you straight up and and move you off of the face of the earth. That's how they move. So do give thanks that the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I, guide and protect for sure. Yeah. Give thanks to the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards, such order of Melchizedek that stand. Marcus Mosiah Garvey said Idi Amin at this hour, you know, man. Yeah, man, the divine and holy sustaining power of Empress Menen at this moment. Who can touch us? No one. Give thanks. Holy Emmanuel Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. So yeah, man, remember the PayPal link, the CashApp link, also below, as it relates to if you understand the whole vibration of revolution. Yes, it is open for you to make that contribution as well. Let me just remind you before we go, in the Tiger's Nest, remember it's the 11th of September. We're talking about Rastafari, Haile Selassie, and Islam. Yeah, that will be definitely right here on YouTube, 7 p.m. sharp. And this was something we prepared even before we were banned, you know, for sure. Yeah, but as I said, we're setting up our platform where we will be doing a lot of this on our own specific platform where you could just come over and join us there. But anyway, for now, we're keeping it as it was. The 11th of September, we're talking about the Ethiopian New Year, Rastafari, Haile Selassie, and Islam. This is going to be a wonderful presentation. I'm definitely looking forward to this one for sure. You know, a lot of information we have already put together for this, and some inspiration and some mystic links. You know exactly how it is. Definitely give thanks. And of course, Radio Anu. Remember, it is not radioanu.com, as you saw there. That is from the old one. That was an old clip I was just showing you. Do not confuse yourself. Just go to the description below and press the link. All the links are there for everything I just explained. That's the easiest thing to do. Yes, family, love you, believe it, give thanks, life giver, and the keeper of life. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah Rastafari, blessed Lord.